So in today's video, we are going to make a scaled down version of a convenience store for West Sacramento. Now, as of 5/1, chances are this building will not be put on the layout because of the plan for the other side of the tracks and the addition of a road where this building was supposed to go. This will probably not end up on the layout when it's all said and done. So here's a picture of the building in prototype in West Sacramento. It's just a homely little building, sells alcohol and food. We're building the building to the size that it was planned for on the layout. We're not representing this as a scale building. We're doing a building that mimics this building, and it's sized for what I planned on doing and what's there on the layout. What I did here was mark out typical building heights and the width to the space, and the building's 12 feet tall, I believe, and the width is just what the width is. I don't recall off the top of my head what that dimension is at the moment. So I marked some sheet styrene plastic, and right now I'm cutting out all the sides. Real simple, score and snap process, and the building is pretty nondescript, as you see. So this one's a quickie build. It took me less than a week to do, off and on. One of the drawbacks of building a prototype building to a size that's on your layout is that sometimes the proportions get a little funky. And looking at what I'm doing here, when everything was said and done, I didn't particularly like the building. It looked weird. So I'm not heartbroken that this building's not going to be part of the West Sacramento project. You see me right here cutting down the building from what I estimated it was in the drawing to a new dimension so that the height of the building looked correct to my eye. In the last video I mentioned that when I scratch build projects, I don't go for a prototype. I play to perception because this is going on a club layout. I can't tell you how many times at the club that master modelers do a fantastic job of replicating a prototype, and the opinion around the club is says, what are you hiding with this, or what are you doing with that? And then you respond that that's what the prototype looks like, and it just goes right over their head. So in kind of as top tip, if you're building models for a club layout, better to play to perception than to focus on strict prototype, unless you just happen to be at a club that's a prototype club. So these windows are from the parts bin, and this is Woodland Scenic's retail entry door that I only need the door for, so I'm going to cut the extraneous plastic off and just use the entry door. Another top tip is that I buy models, obsolete models that I can buy on the cheap at swap meets and on sale at new old stock that consignments that these some train shops pick up. If I could get them cheap, because even though the model might be less than what you can buy at Walther's, and there's so many great models out there these days, that are, fantastic prototype quality, really high quality attention to detail, and they look fantastic on the layout. You can use these older models for the part. You can use their windows, you can use their doors, you can use their detail parts, and for all kinds of semi-scratch building process without worrying a big deal about breaking up a good kit and not using it. So again, in your area, if you happen to see low-cost kits that have detailed doors and miscellaneous that you can use on other kits, don't be afraid to spend $5 or $10 on it. Shapeways alone will cost you twice that to get a set of windows, and these old kits are just perfect for needed parts for scratch building. And so I've got a whole box of these things laying around for just that use. Okay, I'm a bad enough modeler to know that getting these 4 windows to go in straight is a very difficult task. And so I spent a lot of time doing my darndest to get these windows lined up, cutting them out very carefully, filing them back to the correct size, and then hopefully ending up with a project with 4 windows that are straight. And you will see at the very end of this, they're not perfectly straight. I don't know what I did wrong. Close enough for government work. Since it was a small project that I could obscure with some details, I didn't worry about it too terribly much at the time. But if you have a top tip for getting these things in perfectly straight, let me know what it is, because this is a common problem when you're doing 4 identical doors or windows. You need the thing to be exactly the same height and level, or your eye will notice it. So here you see me cutting the door using the cut short file back method that I've mentioned time and time again. And I did the same process using the windows for that matter. Okay, so I came up with this harebrained scheme to paint the windows and mark the locations in one shot. So I taped the windows in their place and I hit them with the spray gun, and removing the tape here, it left a ghost image on the building front, which gave me my template to cut out the windows. Clever, huh? Okay, so because these windows were so small, what I decided to do was drill a hole in each of the corner of the windows and then work between those dots and then file the plastic back to fit the window. Okay, guys, once the roof is on here, that'll be the end of part 1. We're going to wrap it up for today, and I'll be back with the next video, part 2, where we'll be painting the building and putting on the fine details. If you like the content, subscribe, leave me a comment, send me an email, let me know what you like, what you don't like, and if there's anything you'd like me to see moving forward, or some other information I can get for you on these videos to make them better, let me know. I will respond. I read all my emails. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.